Hello, I'm Lauren, this is Blink, and welcome to this episode of Absolute Dogs TV, where we teach you just how you can teach your dog to be that little bit calmer. How do you go from having an overexcitable, very energetic, wild, crazy, possessed beast to having this? So I'm going to give you just a few steps, a few games, a few things that you can do practically at home, to be able to work with your crazy dog. So Crazy Dog Blink has come out to make sure that she helps you with some of your training today. Tip number one, train boundary games. Boundary games are awesome. You are going to enable yourself and your dog to have way more freedom than they ever had before. How? Effectively, you teach your dog some level of target training. So your dog is taught to come into the target zone, the area that you've decided has value. When they come to this area, you're going to give them some of your ditch the bowl food. So some of your dog's daily intake, ditch the bowl, feed them for being on their boundary and calm. Now, for little Blink, I'm just going to show you a tiny game where we charge up that boundary a little. Get it? So we're going to release her off and we're going to see whether when she finds that piece of food in the grass, she's going to hop back and she's going to come into her boundary position. I'm going to reinforce her for that. Now with Blink, I don't need to go crazy. I don't need to put in loads of excitement. She's already crazy enough. I release her out, get it? I've thrown a few out there, so that might give her a second to slow herself down. And then when I hop back here, I'm going to wait for her to come back into that boundary position and reinforce boundaries. Now, boundaries teach calmness, boundaries teach stillness, and that's on number two. Number two is stillness. So we've got number one, teach boundary games. Number two, work on stillness. And when I say stillness, I'm looking to capture Blink being still. I might reinforce her with food. I might allow her to continue being still, like sleeping. I might actually just acknowledge when she is still, trying to even get a ninja feed in. And a ninja feed would be a feed where she doesn't even notice I'm going to do it. I don't think I'll get one of those in right now. She seems a little intense. And at the same time, you're going to start to capture and notice your dog being still on a daily basis. Try and see how many you can get in the bank of stillness. Number three is a stillness trick. The stillness trick is called the Aeroplane game. It's one of Blink's favourite games, and I'll show you why. Because when she does it, sometimes she does aeroplane ears. And when I say aeroplane ears, we come in, and the ears start to go out like an aeroplane. And that's kind of Blink's game. So you know what, this aeroplane game, what we do is kind of not dissimilar to what you do with children when you're doing the whizzing with the food and it comes in and the ears go out, get it? Super. So what we're looking to do when we play this game is encourage stillness. She goes there, this comes in, the ears start to, oh, the ears didn't go out. You know what, you don't have to make sure your dog's ears go out. That might not work with your dog. What I'm saying is stillness created through the aeroplane. So that's the aeroplane, and that's how we create some stillness. Now, if she rushes towards the food, when I do this, I just take the food away, or I lift the food higher, or I just remove the food, or I put the food back in the bowl. What I don't do is I don't give her the food for mugging me. She doesn't get food for mugging me. So let's try one more. We'll do an aeroplane ears. Should we do an aeroplane ears for everyone? Are you ready? Come this way. That's nice. Going to come in with the food, in with the food, in with the food. There's the aeroplane ears. Get it? And so what you can see is that little Blink here actually really enjoys this game of stillness, and at the same time we also grow a level of calmness in the meantime. So this is how we teach some of our stillness. That's number three. So let's recap. 1, boundary games. 2, encourage stillness. 3, a specific game to help with stillness and to create aeroplane ears in certain breeds of dogs. Number 4, another stillness game for you that I'd love you to play. It's called the mouse game. I'm going to pop food down, I'm going to wait for her to back off, and then I'm going to deliver the food, get it, or release her to it. So I'm going to show you that one again. I'm going to pop food down, she removes herself from it, I'm going to deliver food back, get it, or release her to it. Last time, you can see it once more. She's a little bit quick and she has done this before. So if it's your first time here, don't panic. Practice makes better. I don't know about perfect, but better. So we're going to pop the food down. She moves away from it. I deliver food directly to her mouth, or get it, release her to it. I think that would be number 4. Yes, mouse game, number 4. 5, scatter feeding, a lovely way to grow calmness, and not necessarily stillness, but certainly calmness in your dog. So I'm going to release her off the bed. I'm going to leave you there for a minute. Nice. I don't think so. I think you're there. So I'm going to release her off this bed in a second. I've thrown a few pieces of food down. So there are a few pieces of food out here. Get it? How to train an exuberant dog. Slow them down, but slow them down in a really nice way. Slow them down in a kind way, and slow them down in a way that enriches their life, doesn't take away from their life, doesn't feel like a bad deal, doesn't feel like you're trying to sort of pen them in or sort of try and tie them down. What you're actually doing is working with their natural instincts. So for me, this is a really nice one to work through. So let me recap with you whilst Blink's having some enrichment and earning a dinner all at the same time. Number one, we had boundary games. Boundary games, foundation for a calmer dog. How to train an exuberant dog? Boundary games, they're amazing. Number two, train stillness. Number three, one of the stillness games, the aeroplane game, a fantastic game for building stillness. Number four, a very special game, the mouse game. Very, very clever, very good game to teach your dog a level of impulse control and mind their manners. Last one, number five, scatter feeding, allows your dog to not only have some level of enrichment, to ditch the bowl, to earn their food, to learn to earn. I've thrown an eggshell, this is even better. And what I would say to all of you guys is you can play any of these or all of these at home. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Absolute Dogs TV, and I'll see you guys real soon.
Remember, game changers, whatever the dog owning struggle, there's a game for that.
If you haven't already, remember to subscribe to our channel.
And check out our new 25-day online dog training challenge. Watch the videos, play the games, transform your dog owning struggles.
As a loyal YouTube subscriber, you can get a 70% discount through the link in the description below.
And if you haven't already, subscribe to the #1 most transformational dog training podcast on iTunes and Spotify, the Sexier Than a Squirrel podcast.
And remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more live teaching, video content and free training using the links in the description.